Introduction to information gathering. Information gathering is the first and one of the most important activities in penetration testing. This step is carried out in order to find out as much information as possible about the target machine. The more information we have, the better our chances will be for exploiting the target. During the information gathering phase, our main focus is to collect facts about the target machine, such as the IP address, available services, and open ports. This information plays a vital role in the process of penetration testing. Server scanning, FTP scanning, SNMP enumeration, HTTP scanning, and WinRM scanning, and brute forcing by end of this course, actually in middle of this course. So, information gathering, footprinting, and enumeration are terms that are often used interchangeably, but they are still different. According to the SAN standard, footprinting is the ability to obtain essential information about an organization. So this information includes the technologies that are being used, such as internet, intranet, remote access, and extranet. In addition to the technologies, the security policies and procedures must be explored. So scanning consists of basic steps in mapping out whether a network is performing an automatic ping sweeper on a range of IP addresses and network blocks to determine if individual systems are alive. So enumeration involves active connections to a system and directed queries. So the type of information enumerated by hackers can be loosely grouped into categories such as network resources and shares, users and groups. There are basically three types of techniques used in information gathering. So first is passive information gathering. This technique is used to gain information about the target without having any physical connectivity or access to it. So this means that we use other resources to gain information about a target, such as by using the whois query, name server lookup, and so on. Suppose our target is an online web application, then a simple whois lookup can provide us with a lot of information about the web application, such as its IP address, its domains, and subdomains. Actually, the location of server, of course, the hosting server, and so on. So this information can be very useful during penetration testing, as it can widen our track of exploiting the target. And then, secondly, we have active information gathering. So in this technique, a logical connection is to set up with the target in order to gain information. So this technique provides us with the next level of information, which can directly supplement our understanding of the target security. In port scanning, the target is the most widely used active scanning technique, in which we focus on the open ports and available services running on the target. And lastly, we have social engineering. So this type of information gathering is similar to passive information gathering, but relies on human error. So, and the information leaked out in the form of printouts, telephone conversations, incorrect email IDs, and so on. So the techniques for utilizing this method are numerous, and the ethos of information gathering is very different. And social engineering is a category in itself. For example, hackers register domain names that sound similar with the spelling mistakes and set up a mail server to receive such erroneous emails. Such domains are known as doppelganger domains. This is the evil twin here. So the victims of social engineering are tricked into releasing desired information that they do not realize will be used to attack an enterprise network. For example, an employee in an enterprise company may be tricked into revealing an employee identification number to someone who is pretending to be someone she trusts. While the employee number may not seem valuable to the employee, which makes it easier for him to reveal this information in the first place. So the social engineer can use that employee number in conjunction with the other information that has been gathered to get closer to finding a way into enterprise network. In previous lecture, we learned about the basics of hunting subdomains. Actually, in this lecture, we will dive a little deeper and look at other tools that are available for gathering intel on our target. So we will start by using the infamous tools of Kali Linux. Gathering information is a circular stage of performing a penetration test, as every step we take after this will be an outcome of all the information we gather during this stage. Actually, for this reason, it's very important that we gather as much information as possible before jumping into the exploitation stage. This is the first lecture of our section of our Udemy course. We will cover the recipes, like we will get a list of subdomains, we will use Shodan for fun and profit, we will use Shodan Honey Score, we will use Shodan plugins, Census, we will use Nmap to find open ports. We will bypass firewalls with Nmap. We will search for open directories using GoBuster. We will hunt for SSL flaws. We will automate brute force using brute spray. We will digging with the harvester. So we will dig deep with the harvester. We will find technology behind web applications with actually using with what web and build with websites and tools. We will scan IPs with Mascan and Nmap. We will find origin servers with Cloud Bunny. We will sniff around with the Kismet and testing routers with firewall actually. Firstly, let's start by get a list of subdomains. So when performing a black box test, the client may not give us all of the subdomains of their organization. So in this recipe, we'll cover one of the few techniques that can be used to get list of the subdomains of an organization. So how to do it? So first of all, we have a website that will help us for doing this, and this is the actually this website is scans.io. Actually, let's open here scans.io. So we have this the DNS timestamp we will use. The scans.io, it relies on scans.io for its results, so it's pretty simple to use. So actually, can you see my screen? Yes. And dnsdumper.com. Actually, dnsdumper. Oops. Actually, it's dnsdumpster, right? dnsdumpster.com. Actually, yes. So actually, let's find some subdomains with this tool. So I will give our websites, TechPins Academy's websites, to find DNS subdomains, and it's searching. As you can see here, this found us information. So what this information is, we can see here that our website hosting is Namecheap hosting, and we have the mail subdomain here, mail.techpins.com. As you can see here, this mail.techpins.com will redirect us to the main page of our website, because I hadn't set it up this mail yet. And as you can see here, our DNS is Namecheap DNS. So here we can see the Namecheap hosting IP address and DNS address here.
And you can see here we have get it as much the information by just one site. So actually we have some additional informations here as well. um, you can see here we have txt records will show here, and we can download download xlsx files and video grab for it. um, so we done with that, we get the information from just one domain. So it will actually it gives additional subdomains because our website hasn't subdomains yet, and we don't need it. So for example, in some website, if you can these subdomains, for example, this is the domain of website, and this is the subdomain here. So if we search khalid.org here in DNS dumpster, we will get information. So there was an error request. Why? Because I have put slash on it. Actually, as you can see here, we can see information here. We have txt records here. Actually, we have mails and urania kali.org, polyomia kali.org, hestia kali.org, lava heap nike, melpomene, and Hikit. We have so much subdomains here, as you can see here. And we can see these IP addresses, so which host address of which these subdomains, which host address and which servers using this. So as you can see here, they are pretty similar actually, and this means they are going to in one hosting. So these domains going to just in one hosting, so not different hosting. You can redirect these as well, different hostings as well. As you can see, there's the for Russia Kali, Docs Kali actually. So this means actually docs, but in Russian language. We have forums, tools, and we have different weird and git subdomains here. So let's close this. Actually, I want to show you something that very helpful for hackers and penetration testers website, which is Shodan. So Shodan is the world's first search engine that was used to search for devices that are connected on the internet. So in the next lecture, actually, I will teach you how to use Shodan and how to use Shodan for fun and profit. So I'm waiting you in next lecture. Passive information gathering. Passive information gathering is when you use an indirect approach to obtain information about your target. This method obtains information that's publicly available from many sources, thus eliminating direct contact with the potential target. Passive information gathering is usually fruitful, and a lot of organizations usually publish information and details about their organization as a marketing strategy for their existing and potential customers. Sometimes when organizations advertise a vacancy on a job recruiting website, the recruiter posts technical requirements for the potential candidate. From a penetration tester's point of view, the technical details can indicate the types of platforms and applications that are running within the organization's network infrastructure. We have covered the concepts of passive information gathering in previous lectures. Now let's take a deep dive into learning about open source intelligence in this lecture. Understanding Open Source Intelligence, OSINT. As mentioned previously, the first stage of penetration test is to gather as much information as possible on a given target or organization. Gathering information prior to exploiting and gaining access to a network or a system will help penetration tester narrow the scope of the attack and design specific types of attacks and payloads that are suitable for the attack surface of the target. We will begin our information gathering phase by utilizing the largest computer network in existing. This is the internet. And the internet has many platforms, ranging from forums and messaging boards to social media platforms. A lot of companies create an online presence to help make their products and services potential clients. In doing so, the creation of a company's website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on ensures that their potential customers get to know who they are and what services and products are offered. The marketing department is usually responsible for ensuring that an organization's online presence is felt and their digital portfolio is always um, always up to date and a catching. Here we have open source intelligent tools. Here, as you can see here, information gathering, DNS, scent analysis, Malteago we have here, and other tools. Here we will use all of these tools in this course. So organizations usually publish information about themselves on various internet platforms, such as blogs and recruitment websites. As the internet is so readily available and accessible, it's quite easy for someone to gather information on a targeted organization simply by using search engines and determining their underlying infrastructure. This technique is known as Open Source Intelligence (OSINT). This is where a penetration tester or ethical hacker uses various tools and techniques that harness information that's publicly available on the internet to create a portfolio of the target. Open source intelligence is a type of passive information gathering where the penetration tester does not make direct contact or a connection with the actual target, but rather asks legitimate and reliable sources about the target. Over the years, I have noticed a lot of job hunting websites where recruiters post vacancies for internet technologies positions within a company, but the recruiter specifies that an ideal candidate should have experience with the specific technologies. So this can be good thing for the company and the applicant. However, it can be bad as well. So there's pros and cons of companies posting their technologies on requirement websites. The pros of the potential candidate will know what type of environment to expect if they are hired. And the pros as well, the potential candidate can determine beforehand whether they have the skill set required for the job. And there is a concept as well here. The company is partially exposing their technologies to better select exploits and tools to perform cyber attack. So we have open source intelligence tools here. In this lecture, I will demonstrate some of the most popular open source intelligence tools that are available for Kali Linux. Each tool will help us create a profile about the target using various sources of the information that can be found on the internet. Over the few subsections, we will cover OSINT tools like Malteago here, Malteago, Recon NG, the harvester. Here we have the harvester, as you can see here we have here the harvester, the Shodan. Here Shodan is the website, so we can use it as well. OCR framework, we will use it. So let's start with Malteago. Malteago was created by here let's open a browser, so we will need it. Actually, we can close it as well. Here don't save. Malteago, Paterva So Malteago was created by Paterva.com as a graphical interactive data mining application with the ability to query and gather information from various sources on the internet and present data in easy to read graphics. The graphs demonstrate the relationship between each entity and the target. So to get started, you need a user account to access these functions and features of Malteago. So go to this website here, Malteago here, and click on plans here. Actually, click on plans here. Let's delete it as well. And as you can see, we have Malteago community here, and click on that. Here we can register and download it free. So this is free for non-commercial use. Is available across platforms and even ships with Kali Linux out of the box. As you can see here, we have actually Malteago here. Malteago we have here Malteago, so I will not download it. So actually we need open a user account for logging it. Let's load the Malteago here, and we need to yes, actually we don't need to install register Malteago for using here, I think, but in previous months actually it was like that. Yes, we have to log in here. After reading license agreement, click next, and here as you can see here we have to give passwords and email addresses. So I will use fake email here, DuckDuckGo here, and let's email fake. Okay, open this and let's create and register and download here. So let's first name is, for example, Hockey Pokey, and let's get copy this as well. And here our password is here, and I'm not a robot. Motorcycles here, and click on register. Actually let's save password. So email sent to this email here. This is the fake email, temporary use, so it will come here. Let's restart web page. Okay, yes, it's the email we entered to Malteago here. Actually let's try this here, kb6 hash, oops, kb6 hash h here. Let's log in. Your account has not been activated. Click here. Email, provide email address to procedure number here. So email didn't came here, so we will use we will use actually another email fake here, email fake here, temporary email. We can use it. So copy. It didn't came right. Yes, it didn't came here. So let's open a new account here, our email address here, Pokey Pokey here, and enter I am not robot here, and click on register. Save this as well. Mail sent. Your inbox is empty. Actually, it's a problem here. I will stop video. Passive information gathering. Beginning a career in ethical hacking and/or penetration testing can be very exciting, with a bit overwhelmed, causing us to visit only the lectures about explaining a system in a course such as this. However, conducting a penetration test is like a starting new project at home. Before you build a pool in your backyard, there are few things you must consider, such as the space that's available, the cost of materials, the contractors, fees, and other details. Information gathering is a very important phase of the hacking life cycle and penetration testing. In this lecture, we will focus, actually, not in this lecture, in this section, it will be, I think, 4 or 5 lectures, we will focus on passive information gathering techniques and methods. We will learn how to use the internet to get us the information and specific details we need about our target by using both online and tools on Kali Linux. We will be covering in this lecture like reconnaissance and footprinting, understanding passive information gathering, understanding open source intelligence, we will use the top open source intelligence tools, identify the target technologies and security controls, finding leaks, include resources, understanding who is and copying websites with HTTP track, and find subdomains using sublister and other topics we will cover here. So we have some technical requirements in this section of our course here. The first, we need Kali Linux here. This is the technical requirements, so software requirements to complete this lecture, this section of our course successfully. The first, you need Linux, Kali Linux, Malteago, Recon NG, like the harvester, like OCR framework. We will download all of it. Framework here, HT track, like S3 scanner, and sublister here. Reconnaissance and footprinting. The various phases of hacking include reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and clearing tracks. So the reconnaissance phase is the most important phase of penetration test, since this is when the ethical hacker or penetration tester conducts extensive research into gathering as much information about the target as possible. Furthermore, footprinting will help create a profile of the target, gathering profiling information such as running services, open ports, and operating system. We will now look at both reconnaissance and footprinting in more detail. Reconnaissance here. From a military perspective, reconnaissance is the observation and research of an enemy target. In cybersecurity, as a penetration tester, we use various tools and techniques to gather detailed information about the target organization and its underlying infrastructure. Reconnaissance is vital in the field of penetration testing. As a penetration tester, we definitely need to know about our target as well as its vulnerabilities and operating systems before we attempt to gain access via exploitation, of course. The information gathered during the reconnaissance phase will help us to choose the right tools and techniques to successfully exploit the target. Reconnaissance can be divided into two categories. The first is passive reconnaissance and active. So passive reconnaissance uses an indirect approach and does not engage to target. But active reconnaissance is directly engages to the target to gather specific details. Footprinting we have here. The footprinting is the procedure whereby as much information as possible is gathered in relation to target. In footprinting, the objective is to obtain specific details about the target, such as its operating systems and service versions of running applications. Footprinting. So the information that's collected can be used in various ways to gain access to the target system, network, or organization. Footprinting allows a penetration tester to understand the security posture of the target infrastructure, quickly identify security vulnerabilities on the target system and networks, and create a network map of the organization and reduce the area of focus to the specific IP addresses, domain names, and the types of devices regarding which information is required. Footprinting is a part of the reconnaissance phase. However, since footprinting is able to provide more specific details about the target, we can consider footprinting to be a subset of the reconnaissance phase. So, there are the main objectives of footprinting, which is collecting network information, info here, IP addresses, and network protocols here, and second is the collecting system information, collecting system information here, like user and group names, like routing table, system names and types. And lastly is the collecting organization information here. Like for example employee details, company directory, and location details. To successfully obtain about a target, I will recommend using the footprinting methodology like that. For example, checking search engines, check Yahoo, Bing, and Google, perform Google hacking. This is not a bad thing, just an advanced Google search technique. Advanced Google search technique. Here, and now like info gathering through social media, like Facebook, LinkedIn, for Instagram, and Twitter, of course. And footprinting the company's website, so you can footprint company's website with applications as well. Footprint company's website. Perform email footprinting techniques. We will discuss all about, you will learn how to perform these footprinting techniques later. This is just the introduction course of our section. Use the who is command here. Perform DNS footprinting and network, use accurate network footprinting techniques, and use social engineering, the most important. So you are now able to differentiate between reconnaissance and footprinting. Both reconnaissance and footprinting are required during penetration testing, vital information about the target. In the next lecture, we will take a deep dive into passive information gathering.